Come to another episode of the Evan.
Yeah, so forgive us, we're 15 minutes late, but we'll make it up to you. We're trying to get the setup right before we come up here. So as usual, we all pleased to be here, and as you can see today, we have a guest with us, and we're so excited because I think that he has awesome things to share with us. So before we come to our guest, and before he introduces himself, let's do the usual drill. You know, you cannot escape this drill. Go out there, share the feed, and let's get started. As always, just share. Let's go say hello. The guys are live, and let's get going. So, as usual, just telling the world we are live. Let's do this, and then okay. So, yep, almost done. I'm sure Prissy is done already.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, not yet there. Okay.
See our guest first.
Yeah. Okay. So awesome. We there. So today to discuss a rather interesting topic we've been on, we have with us Mr. Joseph Ama, and he's gonna share awesome perspective. As we always said, we're not experts at this thing called relationships or marriage. We are just trying to be married, right? So it's always good to have perspectives from other people and see the world through different lens and so on and so forth. So thank you so much for joining us, Joseph. We really looking forward to a very insightful discussion. Okay, so what have we been talking about? Let me just check this in. As soon as you join us, please say a hello, a hi. Let's know you're here so we get you added to discussion. Okay, so I can't wait for this. Now we've been talking about forgiveness, right? Especially when it comes to the issue of cheating, and we trying to seek help. Myself and Prissy, we've established, and Courage as well. We've established that we can't see ourselves forgiving someone or a partner for cheating, right? And I think that Joseph was helping us last week understand how we can go about this. Now, Joseph, let me bring you in. First of all, what do you think forgiveness is? What does forgiveness look like? Like, say there are two people and one person has cheated. How do we know if one has truly forgiven?
Okay, um, I'll go beyond the dictionary
Okay. Yep.
and the Christian context,
Awesome. Yeah.
which is to mean that um, you are bearing with someone in the person's situation
Okay.
because he or she has wronged you, and you have
Okay.
every right to pay him or her back or to punish
Okay.
that person, but you
Okay.
bear in the person's mistake, no punishment, no.
Oh, I think we lost Joseph there, unfortunately, and I think he was taking. I think Sammy, you can change the overlay for now. Whilst we try to get Joseph back
I
on.
can get my head here and then you.
Yeah, yeah. So we
Yeah,
separate.
so whilst you wait for
Woo!
Joseph
So
to come.
yeah, but when it comes to the name, you become
No
Joseph. Yeah,
problem.
that's fine. Okay, so I think Joseph was saying that it is when you get to a point where, like, someone has done you wrong,
Mhm.
you have every right to retaliate. Oh, Joseph is back. Hello, can you hear us?
Yes, please.
Can- Okay, so let's know when we're good to go. Can we continue?
Yes, please.
Okay, awesome. So you were saying that it is when like someone has done something against you and you have every right to actually retaliate, but you go like, no, I am not going to retaliate. Okay,
That's it. That's it.
okay. I have a follow-up question. If if there are two people and one person cheats, is the only way to retaliate also cheating? Or there could be things that you would do that wouldn't make the person feel like you are the same person, right? So, like for example, you would not necessarily, the partner that was cheated upon might not necessarily go and cheat, but now talks less. It's not bothered. Would you say that person has forgiven, although the person has not retaliated?
No, I believe that to forgive someone,
Yeah.
you have to let it come out by
Okay.
confessing. Yes, because what
Okay.
is in your heart is what you
Okay.
are bringing up. So I forgive you for what you have done, and I leave it there.
Oh,
When you keep it inside you and
okay.
pretend as though you have forgiven,
Okay.
it is still in there. But
Okay.
until it comes out, you are relieved of that pain.
Okay. Um, Thanks for joining us, Peter. Okay, so what you're saying is that the person will need to confess it or say it out clearly that, hey, I have forgiven you of A, B, C. Does that mean after voicing it out, the person will lose every instinct or feeling of whatever has happened? Does that mean the person who has forgiven will not feel anything around that topic again? Hey, Mrs. Notte, good, thanks for joining us.
That person should be a very good Christian
Okay.
because it means that you are not going to bear record of that mistake your partner did. So
Okay.
you won't go back to it again.
Awesome. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry for I'm so excited. So all the questions are coming. Go ahead. Yeah.
It means that we have closed that chapter and
Okay.
a new one has begun.
Okay.
Yes, please. Right.
Okay. So follow, please. Sorry,
Oh yeah, when you are done. Yeah.
I'm loving this. Okay. So it means that you mentioned that the person will have to be a very good Christian. And I think that's
Yes.
a good point. So for me or for Prissy, we are now trying to be Christians. We are now try believing God to be good Christians. We are not yet good Christians. Oh God, this thing went off again. Oh no. Yeah, so all I was trying to get to is then is it that some people will be cut off from being able to really forgive? Because if, like I was trying to position ourselves, if we are now trying to be good Christians, it doesn't mean that then we are not at that level where we can really forgive and forget and close the chapter and say that we're not even thinking about this again.
It's hard because I believe that it is more of a personality thing.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh,
He's
he's
back.
back. Okay.
Yeah.
Good to have you back.
This thing must be dealt with because I don't know why the network is breaking, but
It's fine. It's fine. Yeah,
You are
yeah.
good.
It's fine. Yeah, we good. So again, do you think that for us we're trying to be Christians, we're trying our best to be Christians? Do you think that it is only a reserve of people who are real strong, solid Christians, they can really forgive, forget, close the chapter, and move on, as you said? So for a new Christian who just became a Christian, as per what you're saying, does it mean it will be difficult for them to really forgive?
it will be difficult. But
Okay.
Thanks be to God that He has made
Okay.
all things possible in Christ.
Okay.
So in Christ, you should
Okay.
find it should be easy at all because
Mm. No, go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry, I'm getting too excited. Yeah.
we should not condemn and judge people who have cheated. And I'm not
Correct.
saying that we should give others the right to go and cheat. But you
Okay.
see, you have to understand that um, love does not keep record. And first of all, love does not do any harm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again.
Oh,
No,
yeah. No, no,
you're
you're
good.
fine. We
We
good.
can hear
We
you.
can hear you
Everything
fine.
is
It's
good.
good. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
So
yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm
Bible,
being a bad host today. Yeah. Go ahead.
the Bible says that
Hmm.
I want to from the foundation of the Bible because of
Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
That's fine.
It says marriage is honorable and the
Yeah.
bed undefiled.
Undefiled. Correct.
Yeah, doesn't mean that okay, I cheated, but it wasn't on our matrimonial bed.
Oh, right. You definitely. Yeah. It could be on even
It
the floor. Yes.
bed at the bed.
Yeah.
So first of all, the one who cheated is wrong, but you don't
Okay.
also judge him or her or condemn the person because he has been wrong. You rather use the love you have to cover him up by taking him out of that thing.
Correct. That's absolutely fine. So right now, what we are actually looking at is not even the cheatee, the one who has been cheated upon, trying to condemn the cheater. Right. What we're looking at is how the cheatee can really. I like this word, cheatee. How the cheatee can really genuinely forgive and not have any record. Because
Yes.
I really think that this thing about maybe forgiving and forgetting is easier when you have dementia or something and you easily forget things naturally, right? But if you have a well functioning brain and all, how do you think this up and coming Christian, like in our case, would be able to overcome it? How should he go about it? Because and again, this up and coming Christian will hear all the Bible verses and everything, but because he is also an up and coming Christian, then you, he might just hear the word and it wouldn't bear fruit, it wouldn't sink in. So, how should the person really go about it?
Okay, I'll say that
Hmm.
it talks about the fact that love covers all things,
Yeah, a multitude of sin. Correct. Yeah. Hmm.
and so you have to let that mother. Every woman. Let me say, okay, a man has cheated on a woman, and they are married. Anyway,
Yeah.
huh? The woman must now bring out her motherly kind of feeling. What do I mean? You are a mother. You have a baby. You just clean up
The
the
mess.
the mess, and then
Yeah.
2 minutes. Yeah. So I mean, you shouldn't be offended. You should. This is a process. And most men behave like babies in that area.
Okay.
So you, the mother, have to now let the mother feeling come out of you, and then cover him by
I have a
forgiving
question
you.
for that.
Oh yeah. I also. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We have so
So,
many questions. Prissy has a
so I
question for
have a
you.
follow-up question on what you are saying. So
Yeah.
does it mean that if my child
Mm,
does something wrong
mm,
and then I try to punish that child,
okay.
I hate my child? Like, you can correct your child in love, right? I
Hmm.
can beat my child. I'll have to react in a
Yeah.
certain way for that child
Hmm.
to straighten up. Or I can say I'm covering a multitude of sins. So
Yeah.
oh, I've overlooked it.
Yeah. You
I've,
pamper the
I've
child.
forgotten it. Oh, I tell my child that okay, don't do that next time again.
Yeah.
And that's it. the child will do it again.
Yeah.
And this is an adult. It's not even a baby.
Yeah.
Because the baby scenario is different. This person have their own conscience and they know what they are doing.
Correct.
So I believe that out of love, even in the church, out of love, when people sin, there's a repercussion that the church, there's
Yeah.
a way we how do you call it? There's a way we handle it in the church. So by saying that, okay, the person did, like I know some churches, if you go and fornicate, they'll put you at the back, you sit behind and all that, so that it will serve as a deterrent to others.
Yeah.
And for yourself, you get it. It doesn't mean that the church hates you.
All right.
You get it. So that thing about forget, wipe it off. You need to, I don't know, the one who has been hurt, one, the person is in some emotional state that when you are even talking about love,
Yeah.
it's even difficult.
Yeah.
So maybe the person even becomes mad or sick. It goes into a bad mental state.
Yeah.
That is not even the time that you go telling the partner that you have to love your husband.
Yeah.
I believe that they have to work on the woman first. Maybe go to some form of counseling and all that for this woman or that spouse to come back to the right mental state. That is when they can now.
But I even have a question with what Joseph said. So this is in the situation where a man cheats on a woman. If a woman cheats on a man, the man doesn't have motherly instincts. How should the man forgive?
That one, the fatherly instinct.
Oh God. Okay. Now so okay, go ahead.
We understand that
Yeah.
the man, the woman are one flesh.
Correct.
So if you are not able to forgive your husband or the chitti, it means
Yeah.
that you are having grievances against your own self. You see,
Okay.
because in this
Yeah,
we are
go ahead. Sorry.
one. What you are able to do for yourself, you should do for the others. But the fact that my husband or wife has cheated doesn't mean that I should also, hit back at him, hit back at her, and then do some or do same or hold it
Correct.
back every now and then. It's like you open the book of remembrance and you are reminding him, reminding her. We are not
Yeah.
going forward. You have, that much that forgive one another, just as Christ forgave the church.
Correct.
Ah,
Okay, I really think that you are looking at the
Brother.
chitty not retaliating as forgiveness. But you can have a chitty who doesn't retaliate, but even unconsciously would do things to clearly show that the person really has something going on.
Yeah.
It might not even be against. So the person could actually say that, okay, yes, I've forgiven you, and will even voice it out like you rightly recommended. But the person might see something that would trigger those thoughts. And for example, the cheater now comes, is asking questions, and the person is not in the right frame of mind to answer.
That's the exact thing I'm saying, because
Yeah.
the person that has been cheated on would not usually be even in the best frame of mind.
Correct.
For you to tell the person that forgive. You get it? No matter who you are, even if you are from heaven and you've been cheated on.
Yeah.
It's hard for you to say that how do you call it? I'm forgiving easily. You will have to process it first.
Correct.
Yes. And I know that there are some women, I don't know, you say that in the past, they'll say that the divorce rates were lower.
Yeah.
It was also because the woman was not empowered, right?
Right.
So I am with the man because if I leave this man, I'll be at a loss.
Correct.
Maybe I cannot cater for myself. I cannot cater for the kids.
Yeah.
So I am with this man, but I've not forgiven the man.
Yeah.
They have held that record, but they are with the man. The marriage, it looks like the marriage is working.
Yeah.
But they have not forgiven. You can actually be with someone it would look like things are working, but they haven't forgiven them.
Yeah.
I know that especially I'm using, this is a wrong example, but a lot of men with power and influence, they cheat a lot, because women also like people with power and influence.
Mhm.
So like politicians, business owners,
Mhm.
even our church leaders,
Mhm.
most of them have cheated on their wives,
Mhm.
but some of their wives are quiet because this is what brings food to the table.
Right.
They have that's, how do you call it?
They have an image to protect.
An image to protect.
Correct.
Yes. So I am there, I'm quiet. It's not like they don't know.
Yeah.
Some of them have not forgiven,
Correct.
but they are there because if I go expose my husband or my spouse,
Mhm.
everything goes down south. I lose my daily source of this is what's bringing food to my
Bread and
table.
butter. Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't mean I'm forgiven.
Correct.
I am in the marriage, but I want things to work.
Correct.
But today's woman, the reason why we see the divorce rate is that most women can take care of themselves.
Yeah.
So irrespective of, my husband, when I leave, I don't lose anything. That's what they feel. So they easily move on. That is when we are able to say that, oh, they haven't forgiven. Sometimes even the people who have left are forgiven.
Yeah.
Because forgiveness is not only, it's not even about saying just I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like you said, you don't want to retaliate. So you can actually forgive someone and not go back being the same with the person again. You get it? So I can say I've forgiven you.
Mhm.
Like somebody hates me,
Mhm.
I'll not hurt you.
Yeah.
Like Jesus said, turn the other side for the person to slap.
Yeah.
Yes, I will not hurt you,
Yeah.
but I've forgiven you.
Yeah.
But I don't want that thing to happen again. So I have taken measures to stop that thing. It doesn't mean you haven't forgiven. You get it?
I think he wants to say something.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that this
Mhm.
goes a long way to the foundations of the relationship, and there are
Okay.
some mixing there, so that the
Okay.
chitti will have to hold this on and not easily forgive.
Okay.
Um, I'm sorry if I'll use my wife as an example.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean we are married, we have kids.
Yeah.
If there's a way that I'll cheat, what would be the reason why I'll cheat? And if she finds out, why shouldn't she forgive me? Why, or in that case, in the case, why shouldn't I forgive her? Let us
Okay.
look at the situation that brought about the cheating sin.
Yeah.
And so we will know who to push blames. And we understand that in everything, love is
Yeah.
the foundation. Now
Correct.
abides hope
Yeah.
and love. But the
Mhm.
greatest is, if you are
Yes.
not able to forgive, I mean, let it go. I mean, evacuate that sin or what happened, the
Yeah.
cheating, from your mind, from your heart, everywhere. I mean, let it get lost at all. Then we know.
How do I
That
do
is a
that?
difficult
Yeah, so
question. Like,
how do you do that? How do you
like
just let the thing
the
vanish?
thing vanish?
Because back when we were in primary school, you could buy an eraser and clean whatever mistake you've done. How do I go into my brain and clear it? Tell me, do you have some practical steps?
Sir, the Bible talks about something we call self-control. You know,
Okay.
the control has to do with yourself. So you
Okay.
know that what do you call this thing? Self-awareness,
Okay.
self-identity. The things that makes you let things go easily, you have to do them. Now, what makes
Like,
me
for example,
okay? What makes you like or love this person?
okay. Okay.
Huh? What brought about our union?
Relationship. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So go these things and then
Okay.
come back here. It will help you to come to a normal ground to forgive.
Stage. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I have another question. So Sami says that, hey, thanks for joining us, Nalamle. Sami says that it wasn't easy for me to let go. Way back when I got to know my partner cheated on me. Yes, the trigger will always trigger those emotions. Okay, so
Yeah.
Joseph, the next question is that someone has cheated on the partner, right? And they are trying to go back to their first love, whatever made them come together. They are trying that, they are doing all that. If the cheatee one day just out of nowhere remembers that, but this person that cheated on me, does it mean the person has not forgiven?
Okay. Now, I hope they are married,
Yes,
because
yes, we're talking about married people. Yes.
the term cheating,
Mhm.
I will consider to be out of Christ.
Okay, adultery, whatever it is, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
the substance is the same. So adultery, how if the person at a moment or out of the blue just remembers it, does it mean the person has not forgiven?
I believe, because we are humans,
Okay,
your memory will bring some things back. But
okay,
there, self-control comes in. Do I have
okay,
to remember the pain I had before and then work on it?
okay,
Or I have to let it go? Because
okay,
man, there are so many voices that speaks to us.
correct.
Uh, so I'll say
Hmm.
that self-control comes in again. When those
Okay,
thoughts come again, you have to now quickly let it go so that
if
you remember on
yeah,
them. Yeah,
oh no, sorry, forgive me, I'm too pumped up. Go ahead, yeah.
I'm done there. If
Okay, so I get what you mean. So the
but I'm
question is,
that people should continue to
oh yeah,
uh,
yeah, of course,
yeah,
yeah,
but
that's not.
you
We
can't
just
hold this
yeah,
person for how long? This is
forever,
your
Yeah.
exactly.
this is your wife, the bone of your
Yeah,
bone and the flesh of
yeah,
your flesh. So it means
right.
that yourself, you have issues with yourself, you have
Okay,
grief with yourself. And these things have a long way to go by blocking a lot of chances, a lot of doors, a lot of
yeah,
opportunities for the marriage. You only have to
okay,
let them.
okay, awesome. I really like where you taking this. So um, if your arm is going to be a problem to you. Like you mentioned, that person is your bone of your bone, flesh of your flesh, right? So it's part of your body.
Yeah.
So our scripture will tell us if your arm will be the reason you would miss heaven, you cut it off, right? Now,
Yes,
the question I have is if someone thinks, because think about all that you said, it's a
yeah,
huge burden on the chitti, right?
yeah,
Because every now and then he or she will need to bring himself under control. The one who lost control is free, and the one who was cheated upon always rather has to bring self-control, self-control. Meanwhile, someone didn't have self-control. Now, my question is, if that person thinks that the always having to suppress whatever emotions are triggered based on whatever he remembers or she remembers, and because of that, he wants to call it quits, go his way, and or go her way. Would you still say that it's because the person has not forgiven?
yes, please.
Okay, it means the person has not forgiven.
You haven't at all.
Okay, okay. So again, let me just before you come in, you agree that if the memory comes up once in a while, it doesn't mean the person has forgiven, correct? Or it means the person has not forgiven.
Yeah, but let us go back to why the cheating came in.
No, so that would defeat the purpose. It has happened, right? It has
Mhm.
happened, and even the one who did it maybe has said that I would avoid the situation that led me into it. So let's put that one aside. Now
Okay.
we're trying to help the person going through the pain.
Mhm.
If that person once in a while remembers, does it mean the person has not forgiven?
No,
Or the person could still have forgiven and will remember?
yeah, because you are human,
Okay.
so you will remember.
And it doesn't mean you've not
It's
forgiven.
not forgiven, yeah.
Yeah, I just remember, but I've
Okay.
forgiven you. It's just like there are things you remember, but
Okay.
I mean, you have nothing to do
You've
about it.
gone past it. Okay.
Yes.
You've moved
So
on.
Okay.
Yeah.
should I
Yeah.
hold on?
No,
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 no.
no, no.
Like
She's
I was saying
saying
that
that
you have moved on.
you remember, but you've
Moved
moved
on.
on.
Yeah.
She's not saying you should hold on.
It's just like maybe you had. I want to use.
Yeah, yeah,
You had an ex, right?
yeah,
And maybe you something. The person did something to you
yeah.
that led to the
Break
breakup.
up. Yeah,
But you still decide to stay friends,
yeah,
even though you are not.
yeah.
You've forgiven the person,
Right.
but it doesn't
Yes.
mean that you always you won't remember what the person did to you
Correct.
back in the days. Yeah, you've moved on. You see the person, you greet the person, you smile, you do everything, but the
Ab-
person, you are not going back to the person as your first love.
Absolutely. So what we are establishing here is that you can forgive and still remember, right?
That's,
Or
that's it.
those emotions will pop up here and there. Now,
Yeah.
let's say that you forgive it,
Yes.
you've remembered, you keep remembering, and at a point you feel that when you remember the kind of emotions it triggers is not something you will deal with, right? And so
Yeah.
you think that you would want to help your mental health by saying that, okay, live your life, let me live my life. Would you still say the person has not forgiven?
Or you know, a multitude of okay, little drops of water makes a mighty ocean.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know, but I believe that there again, the self control comes in.
Oh God, this chiti is really suffering with this self-control. The person who has rather
The
been
one who had no
trained
self control
is always rather needing to be
have self
to
control.
I'm the GT. I lost my balance, and then I
no, the,
cheated.
the cheater lost his or her balance and cheated on the
Yes.
chiti. Now every now and then you are advising the one who has been cheated on or the cheatee to rather have self-control, not to remember and all. Is that not too tough on someone, the innocent one, rather, in this context?
No, we are all
Okay.
innocent. We are all innocent.
Oh, even the cheater is innocent.
I
Yes.
I want to believe that
Okay.
usually forgiveness also
Yeah.
in such a situation
Yeah.
is it's easier to forgive based on how the cheater would approach the thing.
Okay.
You get it?
Yeah.
So you've gone to cheat,
Yeah.
you've come back. I'm sorry. I am doing things
Yeah.
to show that I am sorry. It's
Yeah.
easier for me to forgive you.
Correct.
But then you go and cheat.
And you
And
also
I
say you
find
are
out.
innocent.
No, I find
Then-
out. Then you tell me that what am I the only person who has cheated?
Yeah.
Then I go doing this. It will be honestly it will be very hard for me to forgive because it means that you are not even remorseful.
Yeah.
If you get the opportunity, you will do it again.
Yeah.
Or I see signs of you still continuing to cheat.
Yeah.
Then it's difficult. So in as much as it looks like I have to forgive, the way the one who has cheated presents
Carries
themselves
or
will
herself.
also make it easier or harder. You get it?
So Joseph, in wrapping up, would you say that um someone who finds himself or herself in this situation, okay, like is at the receiving end, the cheatee, the one who has been cheated upon, okay, if that
Yes, sir.
person cannot bring himself or herself to the point where um he's not or he or she is not worried about it or doesn't think about it often or whatever, then he needs to work on his forgiveness game. It means he has not
Um,
really forgiven.
the line is breaking.
Oh, sorry. So can you hear me now?
Hello.
Can you hear me now? Oh, it looks like we lost Joseph again. The line is frozen. Um,
Hello.
can you hear
The
us?
line. Yeah, please. The line is breaking.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you,
Okay,
please.
maybe
We'll wrap up.
we'll wrap up here. and then find another time, find a good network, and then get you on again. Thank you so much for joining us, Joseph. We really enjoyed your insights and all the advice that you gave. It triggered a lot of questions, and I really loved it. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll try and get Sammy says that I'm enjoying today's show. So we'll try and get you on another time, possibly in a better environment in terms of the connectivity. Exactly. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much as usual for joining us on today's episode. It was awesome, although we had some glitches here and there because of technology. But we would come your way again next week with the same discussion. We need to really deal with it, and so watch out for that. As always, remember that no two relationships are the same. I think Joseph wants to say something.
Yeah, I want to say thank you so much for the opportunity,
Oh,
and all those who are cheated on and cheatees who have.
sure.
What did he say?
Is that
Those who have cheated on. Can you come again?
repeat that again?
All the cheatees and those who are
The
cheating,
cheaters.
Yeah.
we should all experience, exercise self-control.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Sure. Sure.
that will cut all this things short.
Yeah. Absolutely. Thank you so much for your final words. Okay.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Awesome. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll come your way again next week with yet another episode of Dear Fan. Always remember that no two relationships are the same. If someone goes to cheat and it's not it's and the spouse doesn't lash the person, it doesn't mean when you cheat your spouse shouldn't lash you, because no two relationships are the same. Thanks, cheers, and bye for now.